Hey everybody, it's Uncle Doug coming to you again from one of the ministry houses here in Liberty, Missouri. I am excited about something that's finally come to fruition that has been a dream from the beginning. There are times when the Lord puts something on your heart and then it just won't, He doesn't let go. It just keeps going and going, and maybe you're not exactly sure if it's from Him or not, but it doesn't let up, and you have to decide whether it's your own stubborn flesh or really a niggling from Him that just keeps going and going. But He is real smart, and we are doing this farm, and it is, I don't know that it will ever be fully self-sufficient in the sense that it's producing enough to pay for all of its bills, but it is supposed to generate revenue and create jobs and hopefully be as self-sufficient as possible so that it's not a drag on other kinds of ministry. Now, there are components of that that aren't in place yet, like being a retreat center and people being able to come, or youth groups being able to camp out there, or stay in our cabins or whatever and get filled with the Holy Spirit and have a great time, and petting zoo and other stuff that we'd like to do. But we are raising animals. We do have a locally sourced, local meats butcher down in the Fufu part of town that is selling some of our ham and pig and our quail eggs and other stuff. And recently, okay, so the thing that from the beginning has been just all the time a component that I knew this had to be a part of this. The fish are another one that we're going to keep working on and keep trying to figure out how to do right. As well as the petting zoo kind of came along a little bit later, but I know it's from the Lord, but kind of fell into place right on its time. But this was one that I knew from the beginning. I knew from the beginning that we had to raise rabbits. That was one of the requirements. Rabbits are an important staple all over the world, an important meat in lots of places. They produce more meat than a cow in a year. 2 rabbits, bred on time, will eat 1/6 of the resources and produce more meat than a cow. Anyway, so raising rabbits was one of them, but the other thing was I really, really, really wanted to see if we could make rabbit jerky. Rabbit is a really great, super lean meat. Beyond chicken, beyond some other stuff, it's just a really great, super lean meat. And sometimes that can be difficult for jerky because you have to have a little bit of fat to, otherwise it dries up to shoe leather. Anyway, we struggled for a while because there's only one slaughterhouse in Missouri that does rabbits. And we have to have them USDA inspected if we're going to sell them to people or to restaurants and stuff. Missouri allows for a 1,000-unit exemption that you can slaughter on farm and sell to the public, but Clay County, where we are, doesn't allow it. So there was never really any workaround there, and I tried. Believe me, I wore them people out trying to find a workaround. Anyway, we felt like it was fairly expensive to slaughter. They wanted $11 a rabbit to slaughter them, and that's a big chunk of what you're going to be able to sell a rabbit for. Most people raise rabbits that are 2 or 3 pounds of meat, and if you're $5 a pound at wholesale, that's $15 you're going to make on that rabbit at wholesale, and you're paying $11 to slaughter them. It's crazy. It's not a business you can support and afford to feed them and pay people to take care of them and stuff. But our slaughterhouse, if you take more than 50, they'll do it for $8, which is better. And our rabbits aren't 3-pound, 2-pound rabbits. Our rabbits are 6-pound rabbits after slaughter. I mean, after you pull everything off, carcass weight is like 6 pounds. So these are big, family-feeding, not single-serving little rabbits. And because our breeding stock is really good. New Zealand whites with a little bit of Flemish Giant in them, and they're just a real good rabbit. Anyway, so we finally decided to go ahead and do that, and we took 50 rabbits over to Alma, Missouri, which is east of here about an hour, and to have them slaughtered. And our butcher was really asking us for rabbit. That people were asking her for it. So we got there, and turns out they'll do jerky. And we talked with Terry, the owner, at Alma Meats for a while about the options and how much the cost would be, and kind of calculating the math and shrinkage and whatever. And it turns out to be a pretty good deal, to where it's at least comparable to what we would make on the rabbit carcasses, and in some cases probably better. Anyway, so then you have to decide between a whole bunch of different flavors, and then you have to decide how organic you want it, whether you're going to have nitrates and nitrites and extend the shelf life or what. And then you have to decide if you're going to do muscle meat, which is like a piece of meat that's dehydrated or smoked, or whether you're going to do shaped and pressed, which is ground up and then made into strips or snack sticks. So the consensus was that muscle meat is not going to work for rabbit, because the only real muscle meat that you can do that with is on the back legs. So you're going to lose a whole lot, the saddle along the back, and a whole lot of other meat along the front legs that's too small to be bothered with. It's going to shrink up to fairly nothing, but you're still going to lose about half the weight of the rabbit, and so that's no good. So shaped and pressed made more sense. And the other problem with muscle meat is, according to USDA, rabbit is a non-amenable species, which all that means is it's outside their jurisdiction, essentially. So you voluntarily have rabbits inspected to get the USDA stamp, and they'll do that, but they don't fully have jurisdiction over non-amenable species. Amenable species are beef, pork, turkey, chicken, duck, I think bison. No, bison's not amenable. So anyway, anybody that sells jerky that is non-amenable, alligator, kangaroo, elk, bison, pheasant, whatever, it has to be at least 3% of an amenable species. So you have to mix in a certain amount of beef, or chicken or turkey or whatever, so that it will be, it can be under USDA authority and it can be stamped. It's all governmental nonsense. Anyway, so muscle jerky for the rabbits is not going to work, because you can't add anything to muscle jerky. You know, you could, I don't know, create a beef soup and soak it in it and say that you'd add a 3% beef stock or something, but that it's not for real. So we agreed that the best thing was to do, plus it was less money, was to do the shaped jerky in strips. So they grind it up, and then they add the beef in, then they season it, then they smoke it, and then it comes out pressed in strips. It's very easy to measure, and works great. And it's less money than the muscle meat. Anyway, so we pay so much per rabbit to slaughter them, and then we pay so much per pound to process it, and the end result is rabbit jerky. So we have a 25-pound minimum per flavor, and maybe down the road we'll get into this on a much larger scale. We have the capacity to probably handle 400 or 500 rabbits at a time in our rabbitry. We culled 50 to get to the. We hadn't been really actively breeding for about 3 months, because we didn't know what we were going to do with them, and we didn't have a good slaughter solution, and so we just kind of stopped breeding because we were running out of cages as it was. And they were generating some revenue with the rabbitry conferences, but then zoning kind of said we couldn't do that either. So we just stopped breeding the rabbits. But we had about 50 including, you know, 3 or 4 breeding does that just refuse to breed. And anyway, so we took them to Alma. We got 30 or so frozen carcasses that about half of those are already at the meat market. And then we've got about 20 of them that we processed with a little bit of beef to hit the minimums into Rabbit Jerky. And we have, if you can see, this is, they come out, you can just wiggle them and they pop apart. And they come out perforated like that and shaped. And they are really, really, really yummy. We've been sharing them around with folks here. Anyway, we got, I don't know, 150-something packs of jerky. This one is honey barbecue. Can you see right there? Honey barbecue. And it has no nitrites, no nitrates, smoke flavor added. The ingredients are rabbit, beef, seasoning, which is sugar, salt, spices, dextrose, onion and garlic powder, natural smoke flavor, molasses powder, natural spice extractives, honey, and water. So this, the honey barbecue is really, really good. It is 0.2 of a pound. I don't know if you can see right here. It says 0.2 of a pound, which is about 3.2 ounces. I had thought it was going to be 2-ounce packages, but it turned out to be, so you get 6 out of a pound, but it turned out to be 0.2 of a pound, which you get 5 out of a pound. So we have fewer bags than I had hoped, but there's more jerky in them. The other one, we haven't got this. We'll just call this original, but this is the other flavor. It just says Rabbit Jerky, but it's actually labeled. Look at that, the Liberty Farm right there, packaged for us. Down the road, we might have our own fancy label that we put on it. It is also no nitrates, no nitrites, and the ingredients are rabbit beef, water, seasoning. The seasoning is untreated salt, organic brown sugar, organic black pepper, organic garlic powder, organic paprika, organic red pepper, and organic chili pepper. So this one is all good stuff. The meat is great. Our rabbits are great. They're fed good stuff, controlled diets, and anyway, we have some retail stores that we're going to take this to and sell it, but I wanted to offer it to you guys. They sell for $6.99 a pack, $7, and I think I can ship them for about $3. If you buy more than one, it's just the same $3 to ship it. But if you want to have something from the farm and help support what we're doing, this is a way to do it. It's not a donation. You're getting good stuff. $6.99. If you go to the convenience store and you look at Jack Links or any of the jerky on there, it's going to be $6.99 for 3 ounces. That's the going rate. Now, we could probably charge $8.99 because it's rabbit, which is a lot more work than beef, honestly, and is a better meat and leaner, better for you. Anyway, we have honey barbecue or regular, and if you are interested and you'd like some, you can PayPal to FOTM at Fellowship of the Martyrs, and it's $7 a pack, plus $3 for shipping, no matter how many you order. I don't think I can ship them internationally. They're USDA stamped, so I know I can ship across state lines, but I don't know. I don't think I can ship internationally. So if you are international and you really, really want some, send me an email at FOTM at fellowshipofthemartyrs.com, and let's talk about. I'll try and figure out how to do that, but it'll probably be some extra cost. I don't know for shipping. So, but if you are interested, we'd love for you to have it and share it and let people know what you think of it. I think it's a really good product. And we want to be able to share with you guys. It does have a real cost. I don't remember. I'd have to do all the math, but our cost per pack, we are only making a couple of dollars a pack. But it does help us recoup the money we spent paying the guys to do all of this stuff. And it does help support the feed for the rabbits. And, you know, if you want to donate extra, you're welcome to donate extra. Whatever you can afford and whatever you want to pay. But we'd love to send you out some. There's the honey barbecue and the regular. And we're just going to sell it until it runs out. This video, by the way, this video is being made on January 27th, 2018. So, in case this video is out there for a long time later, I don't know how long this will last, and it will probably be at least 3 months till we get more, because we've got to start breeding now that we have a solution and we have a market and we're getting some of the rabbit carcasses sold. If you're interested in whole rabbits, we can ship you frozen rabbits. You just need to send me an email, and I'll have to calculate the best way to ship it frozen in a styrofoam pack and get it to you. But we have really great frozen rabbits. Like I said, they're about 6 pounds, so you're probably looking at a minimum of $30. Some are a little less, some are a little more, but minimum of $30 or so for a frozen rabbit, which I think you'll find if you shop around. The going rate here in Kansas City is $9.98 a pound for rabbit, and so we're a lot less than that if you're interested. So we're excited about this. We're excited about how it's moving along. We're excited about the petting zoo in the spring. We're actively going to start marketing now that we're kind of through winter, getting dates for the mobile petting zoo again. But a lot of good stuff happening. Some of the animals are in baby season right now. You saw the video with the cows. There's just a lot of neat stuff that God's doing, and a lot that I can't talk about right off because we have neighbors that are against us. They try to sabotage everything we try to do, and it's a hard thing. So we're still paying for lawyers to fight some of these battles out, and engineers. If we get permission to hook to the sewer, we're going to need help with that, and beyond just all of our regular stuff that happens around here. So anyway, be thinking and praying for us. We need all the encouragement and prayer we can get. And if you're interested in the jerky, send me an email. We'll work it out, or send a PayPal to fotm@fellowshipofthemartyrs.com. There'll be more information down below, pricing and all that kind of stuff. God bless you all. Thanks very much. Keep praying for us. In the name of Jesus.